Flosstube, it's Claire here, Seaside Stitcher. Today is Tuesday the 20th of October. Just finished my housework and had a shower, so excuse the scruffy appearance. My hair's not dry or anything, but I wanted to do a video. It's been a while and my friends have been inquiring as to where my videos are. So I had promised one this week, so I thought I'd better get on with it and then get it out of the way, and then I can do some stitching for the rest of the day. So here I am. For those of you who subscribe, you'll probably notice that I've taken my videos down. I had intended to go through them, watch them all and decide which ones I wanted to keep out there. Haven't really had a chance to do that, so I thought I might just use today as perhaps a bit of a reboot. I'll perhaps go do a whip parade. I'm sure those of you that are new to my channel would like to see all my whips rather than just the ones that I've been working on, and probably those of you that have seen me before wouldn't mind seeing them again. Who doesn't love a whip parade? So we'll do that. I'll do a little bit of a life update. To be honest, because of the apocalypse, there's not really much to update, is there? So for those of you that don't know, I'm a pharmacist. I was an employed pharmacist, but I handed my notice in at Christmas and I left my job at the end of March, which was quite fortuitous timing, as that was when the apocalypse kicked off. So I'm now self-employed. I'm a locum pharmacist and it's really working out quite well for me. I'm not earning so much money as I was, but health not wealth, and I'm a lot less stressed than I was. I think probably the biggest stress now is, am I going to get enough shifts booked to earn the money that I want? But money isn't everything. So, you know, I've seen today that there's an opportunity to do a shift in a store locally to me, and I'm looking at it thinking, actually, I don't want to do it. I'd rather spend the day stitching tomorrow. I've got enough work for this month. So, don't know. I don't think I really want to do that. I could, but I won't. So it's really nice having that flexibility. Yeah, so it's working out well for me. I don't regret handing my notice in. I did wonder after I'd done it whether I would have been a bit hasty, but no, it's worked out really well, so that's good. Didn't really do much over the summer. I think my last video was me having a bit of a rant about my Once Upon a Fairy Tale, but we'll come on to that when I go through my whips. That was just before the summer holidays, so we didn't go away on holiday, obviously. So we've spent the summer decorating. So you might notice, if you've watched me before, I usually have some pictures on the wall. They're not there, and the walls are a slightly lighter colour, although that's probably quite difficult to tell. So we've had a new fireplace, we've had new carpets, we've painted everywhere, we've painted the dining room, had new carpets in there. We've got new furniture coming before Christmas. We've finally ordered a sofa. And with a bit of luck, they reckon that should be with us before Christmas, but I'm not holding my breath on that one. Not convinced. They said 9 weeks, and I'm not sure. But we'll see. It'd be nice if it does turn up. If it does, great. If it doesn't, it doesn't matter. What else has happened? The kittens are growing up. They've both been neutered now. Uncle Bryn had a touch of diarrhoea over the summer, so he had to have some special food, which was very expensive. But I don't know what it was that upset him. The vet couldn't think what it was. They haven't been outside yet, so it's, you know, I'm struggling to think that he could have eaten anything that he shouldn't have, although perhaps he did. He does like to go fishing in the bin for bits of paper. So I don't know, but anyway, we had this probiotic binding paste which he didn't really like, and special food, and he's fine now. So I don't know what that was about, but anyway, he's fine. You can possibly hear them running around. They're chasing I don't know what they're chasing out there, a ball or a Nerf bullet. Uncle Bryn loves a Nerf bullet. So they might put in an appearance. You never know. I'll see if I can tempt them this way at some point if they don't. Got my Game of Thrones mug. Game of Thrones hoodie on as well. It's one of those heat changing mugs. That says, "You know nothing, Jon Snow." So I'm going to slurp this because, as I said, I finished my housework and this is my first cup of tea of the day, so I need a drink. Okay, so let's move on to the stitching. What have I got to show you? I thought I'd do finishes, some of which will be starts and finishes. I've got my notes over here. I'll go through my whips, some of which will probably be, might be some new starts in there, not really sure, but anyway I'll just take them out, we'll have a look. I've got some haul, not a lot of haul, but I have got a little bit of haul, and plans, I guess. Yeah, so let's have a look at some finishes. While we were doing all this decorating over the summer, I spent some time doing some small things because it was I had to pack up my stitchy spot at one point and take that all. I tried to set it up in my bedroom, but it didn't really work brilliantly up there. So I dug out some of my magazine cover kits and did some of those. I thought I'd get a head start on some cards and bits and pieces. So I've got a few small things that I have started and finished. So I've got everything over here. Honestly, it's the right mess here. I've got everything here. I made this needle book with its little butterfly charm. So that was, I can't remember which. It would either have been World of Cross Stitch or Cross Stitch Crazy, because at one time I subscribed to both. Cross Stitch Crazy I think has stopped now, but I cancelled my subscriptions. I sort of cut down on my outgoings when I left my job, so I'm not a subscriber anymore. But this is a kit that I had left over from one of them, so that's really handy because I don't actually have a needle book, so it's pretty and practical. What else have we got? Oh, this is quite cute. It's a little snow globe, and he's got a back. So this is stitched on that vinyl Ada. So he's very cute. I would say he's going to hang on my Christmas tree, but because we've got this furniture coming the week before Christmas, supposedly, we're not putting a Christmas tree up this year. Because we've ordered a bookcase, new TV unit, and a nest of tables, and the bookcase will be going behind where we normally put our Christmas tree, so we're not having it. It's massive, it's 7-foot artificial tree, and I am not manoeuvring furniture around that. It's coming from oak furniture land, so it's not flat packed. And no, it's not happening. So plus I think the cats will climb it. In fact, I'm almost sure they will. So no Christmas tree this year. We'll get other bits and pieces out, but I'm not having a 7-foot monstrosity in my way while I try and manoeuvre furniture around it. What else have we got? We've got this, which is a card. Oh, this is Cross Stitch Crazy on the back. So this was Cross Stitch Crazy. Little Oriental lady. This is going to be for my mum's birthday in January. So I am super organised. I'm not that organised. My dad's birthday. Probably about 3, not quite 4 weeks. Haven't done him a card yet, so I need to crack on with that. But anyway, this I ran out of thread. The thread that came with it, I ran out. So one panel of her dress is actually a slightly different colour because I used the DMC colour that it said, but of course I don't think it's actually DMC colours that they give you in the kit, so it's slightly different. And I'm annoyed because if I'd thought about it a bit more and realised that sooner that I wasn't going to have enough, I could have blended one and one, but anyway, I don't think it notices too much. What else have we got? Oh, this one is also from a magazine, Cross Stitch Crazy. So that's going to be for my mother-in-law's birthday. Her birthday's in February. So I really am organised. I haven't done any Christmas cards, mind. Oh no, I have done one Christmas card. Here it is. Again, this was a cover kit from a magazine. Can't remember which one, but I made it into my own card because it's one of those ones where the card that like the bear is in a shape and then each individual star here is in a shape. It's in a little circle, and when I put it in there it didn't line up. What a pain. So I couldn't be bothered to unpick it, or I mean I'm sure I did it in the right place, but anyway I couldn't be bothered with it, so I just made my own. So somebody will be getting a Christmas card. Don't know who though. And there's this, which I don't know what to do with. The chart is from, I think, one of the Ultimate Cross Stitch card magazines possibly. I had intended for it to be wedding anniversary card for my husband. It's stitched with variegated thread, hand-dyed thread by Jodery. I got this in my advent countdown pack from KLT Charting. And I stitched it ages ago actually. I think I did it in February. I've got a feeling I remember taking this to London with me when we went to London in February. But anyway, I had intended to make it into an anniversary card, but I sort of got that far with it and I don't know, I think I cut it too small. I don't know. I sort of got that far with it and thought I don't know what to do with it now, so I haven't done anything with it, and I ordered my husband a card off Moonpig instead. So maybe he'll get that next year when I think of what I want to do with it. I kind of wish I hadn't cut it now, but anyway, too late. What else have we got? I think you might have seen this finished before, but not sort of fully finished. I've made them into a card. Not that I don't know. I don't know. I'm going to send it to anybody. I might just put it up because it is nearly Halloween. So this is Ollie Owl, Skeleton Ollie by KLT Charting, and it's stitched on hand-dyed fabric by KLT Charting. Darkness Comes. I've just finished it with bits and pieces from Moustache. All his bones are sparkly Krynic, which you can't really see very well. Talking of Halloween, I have shown you this before, but I have put it in a frame for Halloween. So this is Happy Halloween by KLT Charting. I'll try and juggle this and my cuppa. There it is. So this is on hand-dyed fabric by Chromatic Alchemy, I think. And then it's just, the beauty of this chart is you can use whatever colours you want on it. So I did sort of green and purple. The spiders are a variegated DMC. The cobwebs are glow in the dark thread, and the bats, I just put a strand of a bluish blending filament in there. Had real good fun doing that chart. I loved stitching it. So much stuff everywhere. So I thought I'd just chuck it in a frame. It's not properly laced or anything, it's just kind of stuffed in there. Because I thought, well, I've stitched it, it's October, might as well have it out and look at it. And then finally there is this one. This is laced, although it's just a little bit, tiny bit too short at the bottom of the frame there. I don't know if you can see it, but it doesn't notice so much when it's on the wall. So this is the Doreen Jones chart that came free with the magazine, but I bought the chart on eBay. Summer Wishes it's called, and I stitched this at the beginning of the summer. So I'd seen lots of other people doing it, and I thought, I don't know, I really like that, because the beach near us, there are beach huts. They're not nearly as pretty as those, they're all boring green, but there are beach huts, and it's not sandy beach, it's a pebble beach, but I just thought, yeah, it's a nice sentiment for summer. And then we did spend a few days down at the beach in the summer with my son and his bodyboard, and I actually went in the water. That doesn't happen very often. Hardly ever. That's probably only the second time I've been in the Solent. It has to be like above 30 degrees air temperature for me to even contemplate going in past my knees. So yeah, I'm really pleased with that. And as a result of that, I got a rack from a friend of a friend, which I will show you. I'll show you in a minute. Because Jen, not Cross Jen, on Flosstube and Instagram, her friend was looking for that chart, and Jen had asked in our little chat group if anybody had it, and I'd got it off eBay, so I sent it on to Jen for her to send on to her friend. And I mean, the chart only cost me 99p plus 99p postage, so it was like £1.98, but she sent me the chart for Evening in the Shire, which you can get on Etsy. I don't know if any of you have seen it on there, but anyway, she racked me the chart for that, which I have stitched and finished, but I have not framed. So here it is, stitched on hand-dyed fabric by KLT Charting. Darkness Comes. Needs an iron, but look at that. I love it. Isn't it brilliant? I mean, it's so clever. There's hardly any cross stitch in it. It's mostly back stitch. So I had to do it in little bursts. I think I was doing it when some point it must have been towards the end of the summer when we were packing up this room, ready for the carpet to come in. All the plugs and everything had gone, and my tablet kept running out of charge. So while it was, I had to try and plug it in another room to charge it up. So I had to revert to something with a paper chart, which was this. So I was sort of doing it a little bit here and there while waiting for my tablet to charge back up. And I started it at meetup at Kim's. We managed to have Kim of KLT charting, and she's doing Flosstube videos now. She's done a couple, so go watch Kim's Flosstube videos. She's got a brilliant whip parade, and she's done a lot of work on a Heaven and Earth design lately, a Spangler computer wizard, I think it is. And I think her next video is going to be some of her products that you can buy, because she does lovely hand-dyed fabric, and she does hand-dyed threads now. Not that I've got any yet. I'm waiting until I'm accumulating a list of threads that I need, and once I've got enough to justify the postage, then I'll be adding hand-dyed threads in there. And she also does an advent countdown pack. I'm not sure if she's got any of those left, but they were great fun. I had one of those last year, brilliant fun. So, but yeah, we had a couple of socially distanced meetups at Kim's, just sort of 6 of us in the garden, on some nice days in the summer. And one of them, I started this, it was my new start, and of all of us that were there, I think I did the most stitching, and I did about 20 stitches, just of some of the yellow in the middle. So, when I frame this, I'm going to have to make sure it's stretched really tight, because these long stitches on here, you can see they're quite loose. So I've just done them in one stitch. I suppose I didn't like how they looked as shorter back stitches, so I've done them in one. So it's fine, all the while the material's taut, so I'm going to have to make sure that's laced nice and tight when I find a frame I like for it. So thank you, Nicola, Jen's friend, for that. I thought it was very generous of her, considering it was only a £1.98 chart. And here comes little Miss Gwen. You coming up then? Here she is, and she'll show you her butt. That's charming, isn't it? Don't show everybody your bottom. Nobody wants to see that, do they? It's probably not even clean. Just having a good sniff of all my stuff. So that's Gwen. Kim says that Gwen's actually her cat, and I'm just looking after her for her. Gwen, come on in. No, she's wondering what Uncle Bryn's up to. Don't you move that camera, and look, please don't show everybody your backside. Don't you come sit nicely? Not capable of sitting nicely, are you? She has to be your best friend and in your face, and she doesn't. Takes her ages to settle down. Where were we? I think that's all the finishes. That is all the finishes. Or all the recent finishes. I've still got a few bits and pieces in the roll of shame that I haven't fully finished. As they're here, we could have a look, couldn't we? For those of you that haven't seen them before, why not? I've got all this stuff out. So we've seen Evening in the Shire. Then we've got Pink Fairy. That's a Riolis kit that I did on my holiday last year. This one is Nothing Al All. One who makes no mistakes makes nothing al all. Oh, Gwen, get your butt out of the photos. That's on Solent Stitcher's Retreat by KLT Charting. A mini Christmas stocking. That's by Jodery Designs. There's 3 of those in the pack. I think this is the oldest thing that I haven't done anything with. Pretty Little Hong Kong by Satsuma Street, which I intend to get a hoop for and frame it in a hoop eventually. Oh, she's found a catnip thingy. Go on then, you chase it. Go on then. Off she goes. Then we've got Story Keep Evil Queen, which is far too big to be a bookmark. Then we've got the Yellow Fairy, Riolis Yellow Fairy. And then there's this, I love this. This is by Circus Stitches. I don't know what to do with it. I don't know whether to frame it or make it into a cushion. I've got this vague idea, now that we've decorated, to have a Tolkien wall. Have all my Tolkien type stuff in one place, but I don't know that my husband's going to let me do that. So that's the Roll of Shame. Speaking of which, Lou, Angelic Minxie Moo, if you're watching, we're still waiting for a Box of Shame video from you. Just saying. No rush, but at some point we'd like to see the Box of Shame. Right, where were we? So that's all the finishes. So shall I do, what shall I do? Let's do haul. Let's do haul, only because it's sort of right here in front of me. So when we had our stitch meetup at Kim's, we were allowed to have a little look in her cabin where she works from, the Cabin of Dreams, the Cabin of Wonders. So it's kind of rude not to buy anything really, isn't it, when you're confronted with all that stitchy loveliness. So she was selling off some of her Jodery threads, so I bought these two. Don't know what I'm going to do with them, but they were pretty. I also bought some fabric, because why not? Again, don't know what I'm going to do with it, but I think I got carried away a little bit because I'd been paid. So I bought 2 pieces, I think. Did I buy any more than this? No, I think this was it. So this one is called Going Fishing, and it's so pretty. This is 28 count even weave, and the dye, depending on which fabric is dyed, it takes it up slightly differently. So I think Kim had said if I wasn't happy with this, because I think this was a piece, yes, this was a piece that I'd ordered, and she showed it to me while I was at her house, and she said it hadn't come out quite how she wanted it to, and if I wasn't happy she'd have another go. But I was happy with it, because I've got no plans for it. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but it's just like sky with clouds. It's blue and white. And I know that Charlotte, Clue High Heeled Stitcher, is doing, or has done, the KLT hot air balloon sale on this. And I've seen pictures of it, and I've seen it in real life, and the pictures don't do it justice. It's beautiful. And Natalie, Love It, Live It, Make It Yours, is doing Into the Sky on this, which is it's like the house from Up with all the balloons in it. And again, I've seen it because she started it at a retreat in February, and it's just beautiful. So I wanted a piece of fabric in that colour. So I don't know what I'm doing with it, but it was pretty and I wanted it. And then I bought this one. This is Crystal Nile, which is a July 2020 limited edition, and this is on 18 count Sparkly Ada, which is not normally my go-to fabric of choice, but it was sparkly and it was pretty and I wanted it and I'd been paid, so I bought it. So I'm getting quite a collection of hand-dyed fabrics now, considering I think when I started these videos I didn't have any hand-dyed fabric. I got my first piece of hand-dyed fabric at the February 2019 retreat, and now this is my envelope of hand-dyed fabric. So I've got a little collection going on there. So that's that. What else did I buy myself? I bought myself a chart. Where is it? This is it. I'd seen this on Facebook, and I'd commented to my stitchy friends, the inner circle, that wasn't it lovely? And then I think a few days later, Doreen Jones, she had a sale on. I think it was the bank holiday weekend in August. So I thought, well, why not? Effectively, it was 50% off, so it was buy one get one free really. And then when I was at Kim's, I found some thread that I thought would do for it if I ever decide to actually stitch it. So this is the thread that I bought, which is a Jodery thread. It's purples and greens. These are the charts. I've printed them out. So we've got cat pin cushion pot and cat scissor case and fob. So that's the scissor case and fob, and that's the pot. So I'm thinking that that Jodery thread would be quite good for this bit here. But I think I might have bitten off more than I can chew, because look at all the pages. And I haven't got the right material that it's calling for either. So I don't know if I will ever do this, because I mean that's not all chart either. I mean a lot of that is just like the instructions on how to make it up, and I think that is where I'll get scuppered, is the making up. I'm not much of a sewer really. I mean I have made a few of my things into cushions, but I'm not brilliant with a sewing machine. I mean, I'm not completely useless. We bought new curtains for the dining room and I took them up and they look alright. Took me ages. It's one of those jobs that you think, I'll do that in an afternoon, and 3 days later you're still there with your pins trying to get the bloody thing straight. But, so I don't know if I've bitten off more than I can chew there, but anyway, I wanted it, it was cheap, so I bought it. So that's that. Now this is not cross stitch, but Natalie, love it, live it, make it yours. This is for you. Well, it's not for you, it's mine. You're not having it, but I thought you would enjoy seeing this, so I got it out. I have got myself a Cath Kidston bag. You know, anybody who's watched Natalie's videos knows that she loves anything Cath Kidston. Look at this, it's got cats on. So I got it on Facebook Marketplace. Natalie's very much into anything pre-loved, which is great. I mean, I love a charity shop. I did go to a charity shop in the summer actually. First time I've been to a charity shop in ages. My husband wanted to go to the model kit shop, so I went to the charity shop opposite, and I got a pair of shoes, 2 skirts and a pair of trousers for £13. And the trousers are brand new with tags, originally £28. So I was chuffed with that. But this I saw on Facebook Marketplace. I've been looking a lot on Facebook Marketplace just for, not necessarily to buy a sofa, but just for ideas. Being nosy really, people's taking pictures of sofas in their room thinking, oh well, that colour would go with our carpet, and this popped up because it was being sold by somebody local to me when I was just sort of browsing things that were local, and this was from a lady just down the road, brand new with tags. Her daughter had it for Christmas and didn't like it. She didn't like the cats on it. So I thought, well, that's perfect for me, because this is the sort of bag I like. I like a crossbody bag, so it leaves your hands free. But the one I've got, it's not big enough for all the stuff you've got to carry around with you now, because you've got to have you need your hand gel and your mask and God knows what else. So when I saw this, I thought, actually, that looks perfect, and it is. I can fit everything I need in there. Purse, phone, keys, mask, hand gel, it all goes in there very nicely. So there you go, Nat, I've got a Cath Kidston bag. That's all my haul. I've nearly finished my tea. Let me finish this off and then I can get all the whips out and we'll go through those and then we'll talk about plans. This is nearly cold. I hate cold tea. I should have put it in one of my keep you warm mugs. Never mind. Okay. I've got my bag of whips here. So I'll just pull them out and we can have a chat about each one. So what have we got here? This is my mermaid. So this is my Mirabilia Waiting for Ships mermaid. This is stitched on hand dyed fabric by KLT Charting. It's called Mistletoe Wreath, and this was an exclusive colour to the Advent pack last year. So here she is. So I haven't done a great deal. So I started her at the retreat in February, and I've done this bit of her tail this summer and filled in a bit more of this. Again, this was one that I was trying to do when my stitchy spot moved upstairs. But honestly, I am not loving the paper chart. Pattern Keeper is such a game changer. Anything with a paper chart is just painful. So I'm not enjoying the paper chart. And I still need to get, I haven't got everything for it. I've got the Krynic for it now. But it still needs beads and these Mill Hill treasures, which I'm having difficulty in finding, but I'm nowhere near ready for it yet. So I'm not in any great hurry. I don't think I'm going to get it finished anytime soon. Yeah, I've just sort of picked it up and done a couple of bits on it here and there, but yeah, just really hard going with the paper chart. So we'll get to it eventually. This is Middle Earth Map. Now, the last time you saw this, I think I'd done the entire top row, because most of this chart is just 2 colours. So I'd done the 2 main colours all the way up. I think the first 2 pages were finished entirely, and I'd done the 2 colours across the top of the next 4 pages, and I was debating what to do next. So I filled in these pages, and now I need to go back and do the middle 2 pages. So I haven't picked this up probably since May or June. I think I used it for Myth and Magic Stitch Wars because it is a lot of the same colours. It stitches up quite quickly. So I'm not sure what's happening with the next round of Myth and Magic. I believe it's meant to be starting in November. Whether my clan are going to play or not, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. So that, I don't know. It does make for quick stitching, but my original goal this year was to get 15% of that done, and I have done more than that. Can't remember exactly what I've done, but I've done more than that. So I'm quite happy not to actually do any more on that this year. I've got other plans, other things that I want to get further along with. Okay, haven't touched this in ages. This is Team KLT Presley Penguin. I started that when we were doing a KLT challenge, and I'll kind of put him to one side in case Kim does another challenge at any point, and he'll be useful for that. So yeah, I'll get back to him at some point. And the same with this one. This is Tribal Cat by KLT Charting, and this is, I think the hand-dyed thread is Jodery, and I've mucked this up somewhere. I've made a counting mistake somewhere around here, and I was going to finish off the outline before I did anything else to see if I could fudge it or if I was going to have to frog it. But again, I'm kind of saving that in case Kim does another KLT type challenge that could be useful for. What else have we got? Most of those are just... Okay. This is Thorin's Map, which is by Illusion Stitch on Etsy. I've seen several people stitch this. It's another one where there's not a lot of cross stitch and an awful lot of back stitch. And it's paper chart. Well, it is a PDF, but Pattern Keeper can't cope with it because it's all back stitch. So this is as much of it as I've done. I haven't picked this up in absolutely ages. I mean, I do love it. I love the little tiny dragon. Look at him, he's so cute. But I'm not loving this border. Yeah, it's difficult to count as well. I mean, it's quite quick. I mean, I think I did most of this. I think I did this in an evening, but I've gone wrong somewhere. It's slightly off by half a stitch, which is not, you know, it's not massive, but and I'm sure in the grand scheme of things, it's not going to make the slightest bit of difference. But it's just really hard to keep track of where you are with it. So it's one of those where I've kind of got to be in the mood for a paper chart. But I'm sure if I did, like with Evening in the Shire, there's probably not much more work in this than there was in that, really. So I'm sure if I actually put my mind to it and decided to do a little bit here and there, I could have it done in no time. But there are other things I want to finish first. Like this. This is Save the Stitches Backwork Journey, which is a free chart. You can get it from Elizabeth Hellman's website. It's massive. I've done a third of it. My goal for this year was to get another third done, and I really don't know if that's going to happen because I haven't touched it hardly at all this year. But this is where we are with it. So I've done a little bit of the outlining for the next block, and I filled one block in. But I kind of need to do as much as I've already done again if I'm going to meet that goal of getting another third done by the end of the year. So I don't know if that's... I mean, I haven't done any of the beads on it. None of the beads are done. The metallic is. But none of the beads are. I'm going to save those until right at the end. So I would like to do some more on that. And again, it does stitch up quite quickly. You can easily do a motif of an evening, but it's paper chart. So I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna finish this. I will finish it because it's beautiful. So I will do it. I just don't know. You know, my original plan was do a third every year, and it will be finished in 3 years. So I don't know. A lot of it depends on how Blue Dragon goes. I've got 3 more whips. Let's show you this one quickly. This is by the Nutmeg Company. It's a paper cross stitch card, golden wedding card. This is for my mum and dad. It's the golden wedding anniversary in December. So I bought this absolutely ages ago at the NEC craft show. It would have been in November, not last year, would have been the year before, so I was super organised. But I've started it, but I haven't done very much yet. I started it, my car, completely ballsed up my car, MOT and service. It was all going to be done on the same day, and then my husband had to work, and I wasn't going to hang around for hours while they MOT'd and serviced it, so I just had the MOT done while I waited. I took this with me to start, but of course you sat there in their waiting room with your mask on, and I'm a floss licker and I can't lick my thread. So I haven't done a great deal of that yet, but I have to get that finished by the 19th of December, which is not to say it's not huge. I could get that done in a couple of evenings, so that's not a problem. But I am on a mission to get Blue Dragon done. I am so close. This is the bottom corner. This is all I have left to do. It's all I've got left. Just a page. Well, it's 4 pages. I mean, there's like a whole page, and then there's half a page, and then this is 2 partials down here. But the page here is practically a full page. So I am at 90. There's less than 10% to go. So I am on a mission. I'm on a mission to get this done. I think I originally wanted to get, I can't remember what I wanted to get done. What percentage I wanted to get done? Maybe half of it. But then Once Upon a Fairy Tale happened. So my mission is now to get this finished. I'm going to take it off the snap frame just so you can see all of it. And I will wrestle it back on later. So here it is. There we go. So I'm very pleased with him. He's lovely. I just want it finished now. And then I can start a new one. So yeah, I want to get that finished. And then my final whip is, of course, the nightmare that is Once Upon a Fairy Tale, which I have not done anything with, but for those of you that did not see my rant about it, I'll show it to you. Here it is. I don't mind keeping this needle minder on there. I'm not planning on doing anything with this. Yeah, so here it is. And I've got all the way, that's the edge. So, for those of you that didn't hear the saga about this, it's Heaven and Earth design. I have got the supersize max colour version, so it's massive. And I love Amy Stewart's designs. I've already done Treasure Hunt Bookshelf in the regular size. When I knew this was coming out, I knew I was going to want to do it. But I'd already started Blue Dragon, but when it came out I thought, stuff it, I'm having it. So I started this in December last year. I've done quite a lot on it during lockdown. It's stitched 2/1 half cross stitch on 28 count even weave. And then in the Heaven and Earth design group on Facebook, people were starting to query the newer DMC colours and whether they looked right in the design, and Heaven and Earth designs more or less said that it was a dye lot issue, which they then said that it wasn't a dye lot issue and it was their charting software, and they recharted it. And I've had 2 new charts from Heaven and Earth designs, with the DMC 09 replaced with 3371 and another colour replaced with 2 different colours, and it still doesn't look right. But there was some debate about whether a full rechart needed to be done, whether you could just swap the 09 for 3371 or whether the whole thing needed to be recharted. I commented that I wasn't convinced that it was just 08 and 09 that were an issue. I mean, this has only got 09 and it hasn't got 08. But I commented in one of the groups that I thought there was some problems with some of the other colours as well. And I'm now deleted and blocked from the official Facebook groups. So yeah, I didn't know really what to do with it. I did take this to Kim's for the inner circle to have a look and see what they think. Whether I need to frog the 09 or stitch over it. I have done a little bit of both in one of the pages. It's impossible to frog it. I would need to stitch over it or start again. And I'm not convinced that these new charts that she sent are actually going to turn out the way that I want them. So what I have decided after much deliberation is that I'm not touching this. I'm not prepared to write it off just yet, because there's a lot of work in it, and it's the work that bugs me more than the cost of the material or the cost of the threads. I'm not bothered about that so much. It's the time I've invested in it when I could have been doing something else. And I don't want to invest any more time in it not being convinced that I'm going to be entirely happy with the results. This is such a big project, I want it to be right. So I'm going to leave it, which breaks my heart, because every time I get it out I think, oh, I'm so enjoying stitching on it. And I do want to do it. I really do want to do it. I want to do it somehow, some way, but I need to accept that that's going to be a while before I even pick it up again, because I want to see people making more progress on it. So Jen, not Cross Jen, did send me a picture the other day, because not all of my friends are deleted and blocked from the Facebook group. So she sent me a picture of somebody that's doing this on the same count, 2/1 half cross stitch on the same count as me. So that was great, thank you for that, Jen. So hopefully if my friends can keep me posted with other people's progress, I want to see this, if not finished, at least some progress made in the areas that I was particularly concerned about. So there's an area in the middle with a throne. That's the colour, oh that's Uncle Bryn. The colour of the throne has been changed twice. So yeah, so I just want to see some people make some more progress on it so I can decide, am I carrying on with 09? Am I going to swap it with 3371? Or if I hold out long enough, will there be an entirely new chart? So sadly this one, for now, is not going anywhere. But I will do it one day. I really want to do it because I just love the picture. So, but that's where it is at the moment. I'm not going to be doing anything with that for the foreseeable future. So yeah, so that is all of my whips. Uncle Bryn, hello. You going to come say hello to people? No, he's going to sit on the windowsill. Let me just see if I can turn you around so you can see him. There he is. Uncle Bryn. Uncle Bryn. That's as close as he's going to get. He's my son's best friend. He doesn't sit on anybody else's lap. He'll sometimes come and stand on my lap, and then it's like he sort of suddenly thinks, "Oh, you're not my boy." But he sits on Thomas's lap and he sucks his jumper. It's so lovely. So they're best buddies. But he won't sit on anybody else. It's so funny. But you're so handsome, aren't you, Uncle Bryn? You're a handsome boy. Yes. He knows it. He knows he is. Where were we? I got distracted by the kitty. Plans. So I guess I've kind of touched on this already. Blue Dragon, I want it done. As I'm not... My original plans for this year were to get however much I'd said of Blue Dragon done. I think it might have been half. 15% of Middle-earth Map, a third of Blackwork Journey, and 25% of Once Upon a Fairy Tale. Well, Once Upon a Fairy Tale's not happening. So I've done as much as I want to on Middle-earth Map for this year. I'm happy with where I've got to. I want to finish Blue Dragon, as I made such good progress on that during lockdown. You know, helped by Pattern Keeper. It's really stitching up quite quickly. I mean, the last 2 pages I've managed to do in just over a week, probably 8 or 9 days. So I started it on the 15th of November last year, which was my dad's birthday. I would like to get it finished by the 15th of November this year. I think that is very much doable. But now I'm thinking I'd like to get it finished by the end of the month. Because it's my birthday at the end of the month. And who doesn't love a birthday start? So I'm thinking if I could get it finished by my birthday, or on my birthday, then I could start something new. I could start a new Heaven and Earth. Which one? I don't know. I might do the Nativity, or I might do Minnie the Gift. But I'm still not entirely sold on that chart. It would go with Minnie a Light in the Dark and Minnie the Ranger, but it's such a different style that I don't think it actually goes with them. I have got the chart in a Story Keep as well. So, I don't know, it would be one of those two. But yeah, so I'd really like to get Blue Dragon finished by the end of the month so I can have a birthday start. That would be great. And then, if I can get that done, that still gives me all of November and all of December where I could pick up Blackwork Journey again and try and get some more of that done. I don't know if a third of that is going to happen in 2 months. I'm not really sure. Because I also need to finish the Golden Wedding card, although that won't take long. Could do with making my dad a birthday card, and I've no idea what to do for him. I need to have a look through my charts and my stash and see what I've got that he might like. Haven't really made any Christmas cards, and there's an expectation from friends and family about handmade Christmas cards. And me saying this year that I haven't had time to do it that's not gonna work, is it, with lockdown? I've plenty of time to stitch. I've done other things, so I could do with doing some Christmas cards. So yeah, there's all these things that I want to do, but Blue Dragon is the thing that I really, really, really want to get done. And I would like to do some more of Blackwork Journey, maybe if it's a quarter, not a third. Yeah, then into next year, obviously I want to start a new Heaven and Earth design, hopefully at the end of the month. I'd like to do one of those temperature trees. I've seen a couple of people stitching temperature trees. There's one, I've got it bookmarked on Etsy, I can't remember, is it Stitching Mummy? and each leaf is the average temperature for that day. I quite like the idea of that, so I might do one of those. A bit more on Blackwater Journey, a bit more on Middle-earth Map. Maybe I'd like to finish Middle-earth Map next year. That's doable. So yeah, and then just make some progress in some of these other things. Do a bit more of the Mermaid, a bit more of Thorin's Map. Yeah, and try not to start all the things. There is a "oh no you don't start all the things" hashtag floating around that Louise, Angelic Minxie Moo and Jen cooked up between them, but there's that many loopholes in it now that I'm not sure. I'm not convinced that they won't still be starting all the things, because I think there's a loophole. If it's a gift, you can start something new. So I think the way around that is just to say that everything's a gift to yourself, and then you can start whatever you want, which is not really the idea. I mean, I don't have as many whips as a lot of people. I think I've got 9 or 10. I think it's 9 now that I finished Evening in the Shire. I think it's 9. If I finish the Golden Wedding Card, I'll be down to 8. So you know, I don't have millions like some people. So, but I like to finish things. Yeah, I like to finish things, and I think if I've got too many things on the go, then I won't ever finish anything. I mean, I've got plenty. These are all my things. I've got some things here that I will start at some point. What have I got in here? Oh, I had a vague idea of starting this. It's a lunchbox. This came out of World of Cross Stitching magazine. So I don't know whether to do this or not, or how to do it, because what they say is that each panel you're supposed to stitch it like the chart is. This is sort of the chart, and then you stitch it twice for the front and twice for the back. I don't like stitching things more than once, let alone 4 times. And I thought I had some blue Aida that would do for this, but I've only got enough to do one side of it. I have got some white Aida that would be enough for both sides. I mean, I guess you've kind of got to do both sides because the back folds over. So I don't know, but again, it's the making up that worries me, because it's got bias binding and it's lined with oilcloth so that you can wipe it out, and it might be beyond me. I don't know, but I could do with a lunchbox. I gave mine to my son because we decided that school dinners weren't a good idea this year with the apocalypse and the canteens a bit of a bun fight. So yeah, I might do that. And then this was what I was going to start on my holiday this year, but I didn't have a holiday. So this, if I have a holiday next year, this will be what I'll be taking with me. This is by Nia Cross Stitch. Again, I bought this at the NEC whenever it was that I last went there. So I've got that to do. So I think that's it. I don't think I've got anything else. No. Well, I've whittled on for nearly an hour. So yeah, I can't think of anything else that I have to tell you. So thank you very much for watching, if indeed you still are. Thank you for subscribing, and thank you for all your comments. I'm not brilliant at replying to comments, I have to admit, but I do read them. So thank you very much indeed, and I will see you all again very soon. Bye!